Here are 10 times that The Simpsons actually predicted the future. Just weird coincidence, or show creators knew something that we did not?
Excuse me.
Number 10. Game of Thrones. Fans had spent years speculating what might happen during the climax of the show and what each character would do, yet the answers were just waiting in an episode of The Simpsons, who showcased a dragon burning down an entire city. Of course, in the final season of Game of Thrones, that is exactly what happened, as Daenerys burnt down the entire city, which the cartoon had predicted during a parody episode. NSA spying. Edward Snowden shocked the world when he revealed documents that confirmed the government agency had been spying on the public for information. But if we had paid a little more information to the Simpsons movie, then those fears would have already been confirmed.
I don't know if you guys should be talking so loud. No, Lisa, it's not like the government is listening to everybody's conversation.
Number 8. Greece's tanked economy. In 2013, the episode Politically Inept with Homer Simpson, there is a small scene where Homer is on a news show. In the scene, the ticker reads, "Europe puts Greece on eBay." Of course, this didn't exactly happen, but later on, Greece did have a fraught relationship with Europe. This conflict really started making headlines in 2015 and still continues today. Number 7. The smartwatch. The smartwatch is something that many people around the world now own, and is no longer a big surprise to see. However, they are still very much considered a high-end product, and are something that nobody would ever have expected to see 20 years ago. The Simpsons actually featured a smartwatch, as you can see about all the way back in 1995, when Lisa meets a fortune teller. Number 6. FIFA corruption. While a lot of people did suspect this, not many people went out and actually said it as this show did.
There has been an epidemic of referees being bribed to throw games. From the Premier Leagues to the playgrounds, all has been tainted.
Only a year later, this was proven to be accurate, as it was revealed that certain bodies within FIFA had actually used bribes and fraud in order to fix certain results. In addition, Germany won the World Cup, just like in the show.
The game, plus 2 hours of funeral time, is about to conclude.
And with Germany the victor 2-0 in an
Number 5. Toys R Us. This is quite a sad prediction that many people would wish never came true. But The Simpsons did actually predict that popular shop Toys R Us would end up closing down, which is something that sadly ended up happening in real life in 2018. The show had Moe pulling down the sign in the episode in question, but few people ever thought that the giant store, which has shops all around the world, would actually end up shutting down. But sadly, due to the growth of internet purchases, it ended up becoming a reality. Number 4. Disney owning Fox. The fact that The Simpsons was able to accurately predict this one is actually quite scary, considering that it was effectively trying to guess its own future by claiming that Fox would one day end up being bought by the Walt Disney Company. This monumental deal took place in 2017 when Disney purchased 21st Century Fox for an incredible $52 billion, ensuring that the company that has produced so many blockbuster animation movies now owns the biggest cartoon television show of all time. However, The Simpsons actually predicted this all the way back in 1998. Number 3. iPhone design. That's right. The Simpsons also predicted the design of the iPhone itself, with the show making a joke about text, turning the message "Beat Up Martin" into "Eat Up Martha," which is an issue that everyone has suffered from with their phones at some point. Not only did this predict how things changed for Apple, but the company actually referenced it when designing the keyboard for the iPhone. Number 2. Donald Trump, president. This is probably the most talked about prediction that The Simpsons got right, and perhaps shows how unlikely him actually becoming the president of the United States actually was. However, Whatever your politics may be, you have to admit that the show accurately predicting that Trump would end up becoming the president is quite scary.
So we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump. How bad is it, Secretary Van Houten?
We're broke. The Simpsons even had a like-for-like shot of him going down the escalator in the mall, which ended up happening in real life when Trump had got the role. Number 1. September 11th. In the city of New York versus Homer Simpson, a moment alludes to the 9/11 attacks on the World Trade Center in New York City, and not even Gene could explain it. There's a frame where there's a brochure that says New York at $9 a day, and behind the 9 are the Twin Towers. It looks like 9/11. That one is a completely bizarre, strange thing, says Al Jean, one of the show's original writers. And what are your conclusions? Is this just a weird coincidence? Or did the show's creators really know something we didn't? If you haven't already, like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the second part. Bye!